Welcome to a new soft-spoken video. I wasn't feeling like whispering today, so I thought, let me find a video that I would like to do as a soft-spoken video. So today, inspired by a comment that I received recently, I'll see if I can find it and put a screenshot here, but somebody asked me about music or talking about music or something like that. So I thought today we would talk about albums that I've been listening this year so far. So from January to now, October. And I have to preface this by explaining a New Year's resolution that I made for the new year, this year. If you don't care about it, skip ahead, I'll have timestamps. But basically this year so let's rewind. I am known for re-listening to the same music over and over and over again. And I've been listening to the same few albums for years, like forever. And so, which is interesting because I'm good at watching new movies, although I have my comfort movies. I'm good at watching new series, although I have a few shows that I like to dip in and out of. But with music, I don't know why. I didn't used to be this way. As a teenager, I remember exploring a lot of new artists and finding a lot of enjoyment in finding new artists. But these days, I don't know. I just stick to what I know, I guess. So my New Year's resolution was to listen to one new album, and by new I mean new to me, so it could be a 70s album, but commit to one album every month, so that by the end of the year I would have 12 new albums under my belt, I suppose. We're not in October, so I should have 10. I actually have 8, so I guess for 2 months I just re-listened to the previous month's album or other things. But 8 is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's better than, again, always re-listening to my usual stuff. So we have 8 albums to go through. I have Spotify open over here because I want to talk about my favorite song from the album, my least favorite song, so any skips, and yeah, let's just talk about music. Okay, so the very first album that I listened to in 2024 was Flounder by Quinnie. So I'm very happy that I started the year with an indie artist. Quinnie is very famous for Touch Tank. I will not play any of the songs, not only for, not that I'm at risk of any copyright claims, but more so it will defeat the ASMR purposes of this video. But yeah, Touch Tank, go and look it up. It was very viral. It went viral on TikTok, or it was used on a lot of videos. And so because I love Touch Tank so much, I thought, let me just listen to the full album, which actually came out in 2023. So the album is called Flounder, and it's actually Quinnie's debut album. I couldn't find too many infos about Quinnie, but she is apparently a 22-year-old folk artist, and this is her debut album, as I said, and she's from New Jersey, so she's from the States. So let's see, favorite song. Well, as I said, Touch Tank is just iconic. Probably Men second. If you can hear any rustling sounds or scratching sounds, there's a cat right under you. like you're on a table and under the table there's a cat. So just letting you know. Flounder, love it. Better, it's all popcorn and juice. Okay, this album is, it feels like very nostalgic. I think that's the main vibe that it gives me, a lot of nostalgia. It definitely touches on, you know, heartbreak and breakups and things like that, but popcorn and juice is so nostalgic. It's like it really takes you back to being a child. And I don't know, one of the lyrics is literally, I'm paraphrasing, but eating popcorn and juice like after having been to the pool or something like that. Yeah, it's a really beautiful album. So if you like indie pop, folk vibes, yeah, give Quinnie a listen. I think, yes. Oh, actually no. I was gonna say all of my albums are made by a female artist, which I hate. There's such a thing as female artist and male artist, but alas. But no, actually one artist is a guy. So, but anyway, album number 1 was Flounder by Quinnie. Okay, so the second album I've listened to this year is The Record by Boygenius. Boygenius doesn't necessarily need an introduction, but I listened to this album in February, if I'm not mistaken, or it was my discovery for February. And I've always known about Phoebe Bridgers, and I like her music, but I thought that Boygenius had been around for the longest time. But actually, The Record is their first. Sorry, I have something in my mouth. The Record is their first album, and yeah, they have like EPs and stuff, but that's the album, The Record, which I thought was interesting. Honestly, all of these songs are 10 out of 10. This album is so dense, like the lyrics are so, yeah, just dense, and they really cut deep. Like if you stop and really read the lyrics, like they really cut deep. So like they really go head first in so many different emotions, again, like nostalgia, yearning, heartbreak, knowing that you can't save somebody even if you love them, knowing that somebody is not good for you, but somehow you stayed, stuff like that. Like it really, they have a way with words that is just incredible. So yeah, probably best songs, $20, True Blue, Not Strong Enough, Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen, probably my favorite song. It's just so, I love, okay, I'm not super knowledgeable about music, but I love songs that don't have a chorus. They're just like, I love songs that feel like a poem but sang, and so there's no repetition. It's just like this thing, this thing, this thing. There's no like, what's the other thing? You have a chorus, but you also have, you know what I'm trying to say. I'll put the word here. But yeah, The Record was my second album of 2024. Okay, I'll keep it a bit briefer for my third album, which was Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. Even less of an introduction needed for Ariana Grande. I really like her. I think, I mean, it's undeniable that she has an insane voice. I'm not always the biggest fan of her lyrics necessarily, but yeah, her voice is just, I don't know, I find it addictive. And this album really made me want to rewatch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of my favorite movies ever. And yeah, this is so fun. This is like, it's basically like, without getting into her like, you know, gossip about her personal life, but this is really like, I'm back, F you, what? Why are you talking about me? Like, yes, and I'm gonna get that boy and the boy will be mine. I don't know. But also at the same time, I've broken up with my husband. You're my eternal sunshine. You know, it's like boy bye, but at the same time, you know, it's sad to let go of someone you thought they were gonna be your forever. So this is of course mainly about love. I mean, completely about love, and breakup and stuff. Let's see, best song, probably Eternal Sunshine, We Can Be Friends, of course. Ordinary Things is very sweet, but I tend to skip it. Supernatural is really good. And then what do I skip? Don't Want to Break Up Again. I kind of skip it sometimes. I Wish I Hated You. I tend to skip it because it's in between We Can Be Friends and Imperfect for You, and I would rather get to Imperfect for You than I Wish I Hated You. So yeah, so this was Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. Fourth album, everybody's obsessed with it. Everybody have been obsessed with it. Everybody is still obsessed with it. Brat by Charli XCX. I mean, mother is here. What can I say about Brat? Well, I'll start by saying that I'm a big Charli fan. I saw her live for the Crash tour. So I love Crash, but probably my favorite album by her is maybe what was the quarantine one? How I'm Feeling Right Now. Yeah, How I'm Feeling Right Now. So that and Crash are probably my favorite albums. I know that some hardcore fans will be like, no, but her, you know, like Sucker or her other older works are better. But and Brat is just like, it's so quintessentially Charli, and you know the marketing has been amazing. The deluxe version now with all these other artists that I love, Troye Sivan, Billy, and Caroline Polachek. Who else is on there? Even Ariana Grande is on there. Anyway, so many artists that I already love. So it's just like a combination of things. So let's see. Honestly, I kind of love all of the tracks, but let's try and narrow it down. So when it came out, my boyfriend got obsessed with Sympathy is a Knife, which is great, and I got I got obsessed with Girls So Confusing, and I was explaining to him how, you know, the internet was saying that it was about Lorde, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense because of XYZ, and I'm a big Lorde fan. Oh, I forgot about Lorde. She's also on the deluxe, of course. And so I was really getting into it, and then the remix comes out with Lorde, and it's just like, the stars have aligned, this is perfect. It's also just like the perfect, again, FU to the industry and how society wants women against each other and comparing women and blah blah blah. It's just like, it's perfect. Like, it's the perfect commentary on it. Apple, of course, is iconic. I can't remember her name, but I love the creator of the Apple song. I used to follow her when she used to do like clowncore outfits. So yeah, I love her. Love the dance. I did it myself, of course, with a friend on TikTok. Honestly, there's no skip. Maybe Everything Is Romantic. I need to be in the mood for it. And So I. Sometimes I skip them. Oh, Back to Back. Sometimes a bit annoying. Everything else is flawless, like 10 out of 10. So yeah, let's see. Favorite song, Girls So Confusing, Sympathy is a Knife, Club Classics, and Mean Girls. Just because of the dun, 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 dun. Like, the piano part is so fun. So yeah, Brat. iconic. It's the moment. Moving on from Brat, which was my fourth new album of the year. My fifth album was the soundtrack for We're All Going to the World's Fair. I've spoken about this movie in one of my Letterboxd review recaps. I'll put the link here, the card. I keep feeling I have hair in my face. But yeah, so I loved the movie, and the soundtrack is honestly one of the best parts of the movie. And I just got addicted to it, and I couldn't stop listening to it. It's very odd, just like the movie. It's very odd. It's made by Alex G. I looked him up, and he's worked with a ton of artists, and he's also got a lot of, released music on his own, but I didn't know about him. But yeah, the music is very odd. It's very like electronic, weird. There's just like a lot of sounds, like a lot of noises almost, only a couple tracks have lyrics, but I feel like the main theme and the end song are just like, you listen to them on the bus, you listen to them walking down the street, and you feel like the protagonist of an indie coming of age movie, and it just feels amazing. Like, it just feels so good. I also really love Casey's Walk or You're in Trouble. Again, don't expect like lyrics and something you can sing along to. It's just very like weird. So give it a listen, and honestly, go watch the movie. It's amazing. Like, it's so good. It's a horror movie, but it's more like a dark indie coming of age teen movie. It's not super horror in my opinion, but yeah, still very good movie and great album. Okay, my sixth new album of the year, which was also a new album that came out this year, was Chapell Roan's The Rise and Fall of a Midwest. Sorry, let me say that again. The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. I mean, just like Brat, everybody has been obsessed with it for a good reason. It's just like, it's amazing. It's so like, I don't know, it makes you want to dance, it makes you want to jump, it makes you want to throw a party, go to a party, fall in love, kiss people. I don't know, it's just so addictive. Also, leave Chapell Roan alone. Favorite songs, I don't know, they're all amazing. Maybe I'll just say what I skip. I kind of skip Kaleidoscope, California, and Guilty Pleasure. Everything else is perfect. So let's see. Phenomenon, Coffee, one of the sadder ones. After Midnight. Oh my gosh, After Midnight is so fun to listen again on my walk to work. It's so fun. Hot to Go, of course. My Kink is Karma, Casual, Pink Pony Club, of course. Pink Pony Club, I think this is how I got introduced to Chapell Roan for the first time, because I remember that horrible Plankton singing Pink Pony Club, like Plankton from SpongeBob. Am I crazy? Am I making this up? Let me check the light, sorry. No. Yeah, which is horrible. Naked in Manhattan, so fun. Yeah, Chapell Roan is just amazing, and I can't believe that. I mean, I can't believe it, but it's crazy that when somebody actually makes it from zero, we're immediately so suspicious of how they got here. Are they an Nepo baby? Do they come from money? I don't know. It's so rare these days to just see somebody make it from ground zero, literally, and grind for years and now becoming a superstar. And also, sadly, then seeing the results of that, because of course now she's suffering her mental health is suffering from all the fame that she got overnight, but after years of hard work. So that's a little sad. But the album is just flawless, and so yeah, go give Chapell Roan even more love, because I think she deserves it. The seventh album that I've listened to this year is The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams. Gracie Abrams is J.J. Abrams' daughter. I learned that recently. And I've heard about her from, I think it was Olivia Rodrigo. I think she has spoken about her before and how she likes her music. And so I gave it a go. So I listened to the album, and then I realized that, which one is it? Close to You is by Gracie Abrams. Again, go and listen. Close to You. It has made the rounds on TikTok, so I'm sure you've heard it before if you are on the internet at all. But yeah, I really fell in love with this album. It really feels like, when I listen to it, I feel like a 29-year-old teenager, if you know what I mean. This is the most like teen album. She's not a teenager, but it feels like the most teen album out of all the ones that I've listed so far. I Love You, I'm Sorry, Tough Love is really good. I really love Risk. I think Risk was one of the singles from the album. Risk is really good. But yeah, so this album is all like, I love you, and if you give me a chance, I would be with you. I want to be with you, but you don't see me. Or we've broken up and I still love you. I'm sorry about it. Stuff like that. Love, relationships. But I don't want to say that it sounds childish, because it doesn't, but I don't know. It's a very different way to talk about love. The way love is talked about in this album is very different from, say, Eternal Sunshine, where of course Ariana Grande is like in her 30s and she had a marriage, now a divorce, a new partner, blah blah blah. It's a bit of a different perspective, But yeah, if you like Gracie Abrams, if you like, what can I compare to? I don't know. Let's see what other artists are suggested. I guess, yeah, if you like Olivia Rodrigo, maybe Sabrina Carpenter, although Sabrina Carpenter is definitely more like uplifting. Gracie Abrams is a bit more like sad girl vibes. But yeah, if you like that type of music, give Gracie Abrams a go. She's fun. I like her music, and yeah, that's it. Okay, number 8 and last album of my list is again from an indie artist. So I'm really glad I started with Quinnie, and I'm now ending with Susannah Joffe. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. I discovered Susannah Joffe from a playlist. One of her songs was on a playlist, and the sound was so like solidified, so clear, that I thought she was like already a big artist of the caliber of like Ethel Cain or Boygenius, or other sad indie sad girl music stuff. If you know, you know. I thought she was already a big artist, but actually she has 141,183 monthly listeners on Spotify. So she's growing. And yeah, so the album, or rather EP, that I've listened from her is Your Mother's Name, which I think is her biggest work so far, her most famous work. It contains Your Mother's Name and also Die Your Daughter, which are the two songs that I've listened to the most, and that's what really drew me into her music. So I mean, it's 6 songs, this EP, and they're all flawless, but maybe my favorite ones are Your Mother's Name, Die Your Daughter, My Football Team, and My Dog Died. I think they're my favorite ones. Deers in Headlights, sometimes I skip. I'd Hate Me Too, sometimes I skip, but they're still fantastic songs. And yeah, she is just like Quinnie. She's from the States. She's from Austin, Texas, which is a shame because when I discover new artists and I can hear that they sing with a American accent, I always hope that they are actually English artists or at least European artists singing with an American accent. Because if they're American and they're indie and they're growing, there's a very low chance that they'll come to Europe anytime soon. So I can only hope for her to get bigger. So go and listen to her, and maybe one day she'll come to London because I really like her music very, very much. Okay, so those were my 8 albums of the year. So again, albums that are new to me, that I've made a point to listen to and I fell in love with. My most anticipated album that should come out in like 10 days is The Great Impersonator by Halsey. I am a big Halsey fan, and I've never seen her live. Maybe I'll see her live for The Great Impersonator. I don't know. I also wanted to go and see Charli on the Brat tour again next month, but tickets were just too expensive. I hate when, I mean, I love when the artists I love become bigger, but then the bigger they get, the more expensive the concert tickets get, and the more people want to go to their concert, so the less chances of you being able to grab a ticket are. So yeah, anyway, yeah, let me know what you thought about this movie. Let me know what you thought about this video down below. If you would like me to talk about more of my music taste. Yeah, if you like that this was soft spoken over whispered. And yeah, let me know what albums you've been listening to this year. I'd like to know, because as I said, I'm always trying to explore new artists and new music. So yeah, I will wish you all a lovely rest of your day, or relaxing evening, or a productive morning. So yeah, I'll see you soon.